Welcome back to Rainier Rally. We have the Tired Truck Tournament continuing with groups 9 and 10 today. Before we get started, we have to let you know that our friend Ben, the photographer, has moved his cage. He is becoming more of a daredevil. He is on the landing ramp of the second jump of Rainier Rally, and he has his cage with him. I hope he is safe there. Ben, good luck. He is not sharing any photos with us at this time, so we have positioned a camera behind Ben to see exactly what Ben is going to capture. Let's go ahead and meet our first drivers. We have Sneaky Bob from Vapor Racing driving that custom 69 Chevy truck. And he's racing Flip from Flips Racing in another 2009 Ford F-150. We have Sneaky Bob in the close lane, Flip in the far lane. They're off over the first jump. They are side by side. Flip gets sideways and hits the barrier, pushing Sneaky Bob off the track and into those trees. That is a nasty wreck. As we zoom in to see if Sneaky Bob is okay, it does appear that he is inside the truck moving. Let's watch that back in slow motion here. Flip gets sideways, hits that Jersey barrier. As we freeze frame across the finish line, we see Flip winning. Sneaky Bob does cross the finish line over the track, so he does get second place. It does count for victory. As we see Ben's view and those tires bouncing in front of Ben, I hope those tires stay away from Ben, and I hope that cage can protect him. We shall see if Ben is safe throughout this tournament. We are back at the starting line. Flip in the close lane, Sneaky Bob in the far lane. Sneaky Bob seems to be falling behind. I'm not sure if that massive wreck at the last race did some damage to his truck. And there we see a cage rolling. That's Ben's cage. I wonder, is he okay? Let's take a look at that and see what happened to Ben and his cage. Sneaky Bob loses the tire right there as they freeze frame it. That tire is heading straight towards Ben's cage. It strikes his cage and goes flying, but Ben is nowhere to be found. Let's take a look at Ben's camera angle and see what happened. There you see that tire leave Sneaky Bob's truck and hit the cage, and Ben was literally just saved by his DIY retrofit cage that he built to go around him to photograph the Tiny Track Cars Tired Truck event. Ben, you are extremely courageous to be out there with those tires flying all over the place. That cage literally just saved your life. There we see Sneaky Bob making a comeback, as I believe he just took first place. They must have taken his truck back to the shop, got everything fixed up and straightened out, and that truck is fast again. And there we freeze frame it, and the judges say that tire does stay in the back of his truck before hitting the ground. He crosses the finish line, and that tire will count in this third race. We have a tie score at 11 going into the fourth and final race. Every tire is important. They switch lanes again. Flip in the close lane. Flip out front. Will he be able to keep his tires in? If Sneaky Bob keeps tires in, he will be victorious. I see a tire rolling down the track, but let's slow that down and count those tires. Flip loses one right off the bat. As they go over the second jump, Flip looks like one fell out the right-hand side of the bed. He has 2 in. Sneaky Bob has 3 in. Flip gets 4 points for first. Sneaky Bob gets 2 for second. And Flip wins by 1 point. If he would have kept one more tire in there, he would have hung in there. Let's meet the next 2 cars. We have Uncle Elvis from Uncle Elvis Racing. And you guessed it, another Ford F-150 racing Numbskull, number 21, at 60 grams on the nose. Uncle Elvis starting in the close lane, Numbskull in the far lane, as we see that beautiful Spool Heads billboard. Thank you so much to Spool Heads for helping build that first portion of the track with us. That is all SR2 track. Make sure to reach out to them if you are interested in any track pieces. And it looks like we have a stray tire, folks, bouncing off all of the cars in the pits and some of the spectators. Someone get your tires under control. There we slow it down again. Have a quick shot from Ben's view. He is back there with the cage around him and safe. We see Uncle Elvis taking the victory in 4 points. I don't believe he kept any tires in the back of his truck. Numbskull keeping 1 in. 4-3 as they enter the second race. They will switch lanes. Side by side, literally side by side. Numbskull pulls ahead a little bit and will take race 2 as the judges tally up the score of the tires. You see each truck loses 1 tire right there. Numbskull puts a block on Uncle Elvis, crosses the finish line with 3 tires. Uncle Elvis looks like he has 2 as he loses 1 on that second jump. And there's those lonely tires rolling down across the finish line. 8 to 10. As they go into the third race, they switch lanes again. And they're off. Uncle Elvis ahead just a little bit. He takes the win. Numbskull flips on his lid and dumps all his tires. How many tires did Uncle Elvis keep in as he crossed the finish line? It looks like he did land on his wheels. You freeze frame that, and it looks like 2 for Uncle Elvis and none for Numbskull. Numbskull will need to take the victory in race 4 and hold on to some tires if he wants to win. He is down by 2 points at this point. All it takes is keeping those tires in there. Uncle Elvis out front just a little bit. Numbskull comes back. I don't see who won that race. We will slow that down for you. I was so focused on the close race at the finish line, I didn't even see how many tires were left in the trucks. There you see Uncle Elvis losing 1. Freeze frame that. Uncle Elvis takes the win. He does have more tires in the bed as well. I think the judges will count 3 of those tires, but we shall find out at the scorecard here. It looks like only 2 of those tires stayed in for Uncle Elvis, but he will take 20 points in the victory and move on. There you see your 2 trucks moving on in groups 9 and 10. Next week we have groups 11 and 12. Thank you for watching Tiny Track Cars. This is Tired Truck Tournament. We will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye now.